tonight started the 25th anniversary of Ken Burns' The Civil War. It's going to be on, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be an encore of it early this morning. But it's going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's a five-part documentary series. It's one of the most historical documentary series within the history of PBS. Um, Before I talk about the Civil War, with stunning HD quality, and I want to mention something, and this is in all honesty, my opinion. I'm not sure if people agree with me or not, but I honestly think late night as a whole entertainment field is dead. To be honest, because with Netflix, with Hulu, with YouTube, with all these online instant streamings, Amazon Instant Stream and all these other streaming devices, you have so many people, my grandmother's age, my uncle's age, my aunt's age, who are in bed before 11 p.m. most of the time. And you have a lot of people my age who have to go to bed early to get to jobs, or if they're not working, they're out partying somewhere, or if they're not partying, they're at a college party or something. But the point is, you have a lot of people who do not watch late night television anymore. I think the only late night television show people watch are episodes of Seinfeld that are on NBC like at 1 in the morning, when people getting wasted from drinking all night or getting late, coming home late from work. See, this is my point. Late night television as a whole genre, as a whole entertainment genre, died when David Letterman and Jon Stewart left. I mean, it's completely irrelevant now. I mean, there's no point into staying up late to watch, television anymore. I really think late night television had a successful run for over the long time that it did, but I really think it should retire that whole area and just play old comedies or something until like 1:30 in the morning, because nobody cares about pop culture anymore, especially in America now, because it's all about the Kardashians and all that, and no one gives a shit anymore. Let's be honest, no one gives a shit. I mean, when the Kardashians started, yeah, they were a joke. Everyone liked to hear jokes about them, but now it's too excessive, and no one cares about the jokes about the Kardashians anymore. Nobody just cares about late night television anymore. Late night television is a dead genre. And Conan O'Brien does not even rack in half the audience he did when he hosted his show Conan back in 2011. The point being is, late night television should just end. I'm being in all honesty here. To leave that lasting legacy is incredible, but I don't think it could continue. Just like SNL, that needs to stop before it gets too crappy at the point where no one's watching. Well, it already got to that point. But the thing is, late night television is just dead as a genre. No one watches it anymore. It's a completely irrelevant American pop culture thing, and considering that American pop culture is the most uninteresting thing in America now. Okay, so I wanted to get that off my chest. But, so anyway, Ken Burns is the Civil War. This was part one, and it was called The Cause. And it was, and quite honestly, just watching the first episode, you could tell that each episode is going to be more powerful than the last. And the ending of the first episode of The Cause was a letter of a soldier from a New Hampshire regiment who wrote a letter to his wife, Sarah. Now, it is one of the most heartbreaking letters I've ever heard, because he basically said that if I'm not going to die here, I'm going to die in a hospital. And he basically told his wife, don't think of me as me coming back, think of me as already gone. And that is the hardest thing for anybody to tell their loved one. And I think it's an important series to air again, because I think this country as a whole is suffering grave consequences, because we are already a house divided. A house, and to quote Winkin, To quote Lincoln exactly, "A house divided by itself cannot stand." And which is completely true. Because you have both parties today. I mean, the Republicans are not even the party of Lincoln. The Democrats are. The Republicans today are the Dixiecrats of the Civil War era. The point is, this country's so divided. It isn't standing evenly. It's kind of like a lopsided house, and and the other side of the house is just gonna fall and collapse, and this nation's gonna fall apart. So how do we fix this divided nation that we have? Well, we have to start, and this is me talking. We have to start setting term limits for our congressmen and our senators. Since the president can only serve 2 terms only, that was established after Roosevelt died, FDR, we have to establish the fact that only senators and congressmen can serve 2 terms as well. Because the more that we replace our congressmen and senators every 2 terms, the more we might have, accomplishments, the House agreeing on something. We have a do-nothing Congress in this country, and that's embarrassing. I mean, any American who's either part of the Independent Party, Conservative Party, Liberal Party, like myself, we don't trust our own government anymore. That's a sad thing. When you can't even trust your own government to make the decisions for you. I mean, it's like you have to scream at them. You have to write letters to them. You have to you have to yell at them over the phone to do something. I mean, we're even screaming at our television, and that isn't doing anything. The point is, America is falling apart to the point where Lincoln said, "A house divided by itself cannot stand." And we really need to fix our divided house, because if we don't fix it, this country will fall apart to ruins.